Now then, and welcome back to another episode of Stoneblock 2 on the NemGo server. Welcome back. Now, things have got busy around here. Check this out. Soul Sand chickens. Yes, I've been doing Soul Sand chickens. Why? Well, I'll get to that. But first, just check them out. So this is kind of like the only chicken that I've done legit myself. The Soul Sand chicken. Let's bring up the Soul Sand. I love the Soul Sand. Soul Sand chicken is just a chicken egg. No, that's solarium chicken. Soul Sand chicken is just a chicken egg surrounded by soul sand, right? Very, very simple to make, yeah? And then you pop 2 chickens into here and start breeding them up. And the breeding is very, very quick with soul sand. The tier 1 chickens are the ones that you surround an egg with the materials that they require, and they're very easy to level up. So here I've got two 10-10-10s. 2 10-10-10s sitting in a little hatchery nesting pen. And the hatchery nesting pen then produces soul sand chicken eggs 10-10-10 and soul sand and feathers and other bits and pieces that they also do. Now I'm getting them out of here. I've got enough random soul sand eggs and things and stuff. That's like 3 stacks of soul sand eggs now. In fact, I don't know if you get them every time. Do you 1 for 1? Ah, yeah, you don't necessarily get one every time. Well, it's fairly consistent with normal eggs, I'm guessing. Not too bad. Yeah, we can deal with that. So I've got lots of eggs, so I don't need to worry about those in a minute. And I've got lots of feathers. I've taken all of my other all my other chickens out of here, just because sheer volume of resources that I'm getting at the minute. There's no need to have them running when I've got so many resources in. I've got them here in the spatial chickens in order to pop them into there whenever I feel I need them. Same with the cows, really. I've disconnected the cows from the setup, so I don't need this at the minute. So I will be able to use that whenever I get the need. I just can't store it in here, that's the problem. I can't store it in the spatial I/O, but never mind, we'll get over it. And now, let's get these. Right, so I need to shift-click to get you out, shift-click to get you out. Right, that's that done. And I've got a single roost there with some soul sand chickens there and there. I don't need these 2 now, these odd 2. So you can go. And go, thank you. And I can put these down on here. So this is kind of what I've been doing to bide my time, really. I could have gone over to Ego's and stolen a couple of his soul sand chickens. I could have, should have, maybe would have, but I decided that as they were so simple, I'd just do it myself. So we've got soul sand from the soul sand chickens, and I'm going to set a roost up. We've got a Wither Boss Death Muffler. Have a guess what we're doing today, folks. Haha, yes. Skulls. How many skulls have we got? Currently got 66 wither skulls from the farm. Now that's not a lot, but we could soon have more, and I think I'm going to set that up before we go and do the thing that I want to do. So, as you can see over here, there's quite a lot of mob essence because the mob farm's running nicely now. So we're talking about mob farming today, and I wanted to get some more stuff done. Where did I put that? There it is. Okay, so that with the farm skeleton skull thing, I've taken all the skulls out of the system so far, and put this one in, and away we go. Yes. Now they should be chopped up into little pieces and get the heads. Excellent. And all of that now goes into the system, as it did before, I suppose, through this ender chest. Everything going in through this ender chest. And then that ender chest is getting emptied out in multiple locations, one of which being in here. And this is a really interesting little thing that I found just recently from Feed the Beast Quests, Loot Crate Opener and Loot Crate Storage. So in my Loot Crate Storage I've currently had 3 uncommon loot crates. But they are being pulled out of the chest as soon as possible. Then they going up through the chest into the opener, and then the items that get opened get put back in here. So all the loot from the loot crates are basically getting cycled through like this. And anything that goes into this thing here, which is lots and lots of different types. It's like 8,192 types of items, all the various different NBT datas and all that kind of stuff. Stuff that doesn't stack is going in here. So we've got all the armor types, and then we've got all this sort of stuff as well, which also doesn't stack apparently. So yeah, chest transporters and rabbit baits and Lexica Botanias and cakes and buckets and all sorts of things are being forcefully stacked into here. Along with a few other bits, acceleration ones and moving ones, and some things that we haven't done yet, including all of this packing tape. I never need to make packing tape ever again. But they're single items, which means you can't pull them out as a stack. You can't stack them. So they go quite nicely into here. Oh, I just shift-clicked it. Dang it. That's a thing. You can't shift-click items into it without it either crashing your game or freezing you. And I think I just had a minor crash. Although it didn't actually crash. It was just a minor freeze crash. But yeah, there's that. So this is now all set up nicely. And the mob farm, I think we've seen the mob farm before. I don't know if I've shown you it all in working order though. So at the minute, the mob farm is off. Right? It's got many, many layers of cursed earth. Many, many layers of cursed earth. Right? So we're talking lots and lots of spawning. I've got 2 spawning platforms which are just grass, because I wanted just general, normal, vanilla grass mobs to spawn. But I don't think they spawn this deep down, so it's not really serving any purpose. So it's just kind of normal spawns on here, and then sort of forced spawns on the next few. It does make a difference. I've got a little setup here that I think I showed you before. This is sucking up all the items, putting the items into the loot chest, and the experience into this tank, which is linked up to my experience, and my library where I enchant my tables. And hey, check this out. In a minute. No, you're not going in there yet. Not yet. And then I've got it all wired up. Check this out, right? So I've got reds. Oh, I've got greens doing all the fans. So long as green is on, the fans are on. And I've got reds going down to lighting down there. So long as red's on, the lights are on. So green means the fans are on, and red means that the farm is off. It's on stop. If I turn the farm on, we'll see just how rapid it is. Basically, all the lights have gone out on all the platforms, and now the mobs are just spawning and being pushed off by the fans. Fairly swiftly, fairly quickly. And that really does make a big difference to how quick the mob essence fills up, because we're using a mob crusher. So the mob crusher gets fluid essence very quickly filled up, and then that will replenish what we're losing very fast as well. All the items, of course, going into the ender chest, making that very efficient as well. Look how fast that gets put in and emptied. And yeah, mob essence should backlog at some point, in the future, and the power's all sorted now. So it's all pretty cool. It's all working pretty nicely. I'm just going to leave that running for now because we're trying to get some witherheads sorted. How many skulls do we have now? Skulls, 9 new skulls. Okay, so only 9. That's not great, but only 9 do. And then, right, I'm going in here. So in here, I made another chamber. This is, of course, bedrock level, and I've built some witherproof reinforced obsidian and some reinforced glass from tiny progressions, in order to withstand the force of the withers in here. Now, the one mob grinder that we haven't used yet was a Draconic Evolution mob grinder. And if I can show you that one, let's put grinder in. This mob grinder, fairly simple once you've got Draconium. And we get Draconium through sieving. So we've had quite a lot of Draconium in the system. And a few bits and pieces that are fairly vanilla. Easy to make. Yeah, no problem. But this is a very powerful mob grinder indeed. This mob grinder can kill wither bosses almost as soon as they become killable, which is great. So that's what we've got in this little section here. Now, as for making them, what I've been doing so far is setting it up very, very simply. I'll show you, I'll demonstrate. Right, let's get some more heads actually. Let's do a few more heads, because we're gaining heads while we're at it. I want to kind of make an automated version of this, but for right now we'll just do a semi-automated, as in I automate it myself, and I want to also make sure that I put this noise reduction thing down. So this with a boss death nullifier. I don't think it's going to change the the blowing up sound, but it does nullify the sound of his death, apparently. Right? Apparently. I don't know how true that is. Let's do it. And the googly eyes one, and get out. Thank you. And the googly eyes ones are brilliant. Yeah, great. Just what you wanted. So we've got 3 with the bosses. They cannot get out of there, and they die almost straight away to this mob grinder thing. Right? There's nothing that picks up the mob drops at the minute, so everything comes in here, and I go and pick it all up. So that's 3 nether stars. Easy. Right? Nice and simple. Put that all the way in there away. Things that I want to do then is make this into an auto wither chamber, and one of the first things I'm going to set up is just set up a little roost to make soul sand. So this is going to be soul sand chicken, and he's just going to very quickly make soul sand. 3 soul sand per time. So that's going to fill up in no time whatsoever. And then once I turn it on, it should take the soul sand out of there and put it into there once we've done a bit of piping and bits and pieces. And I've re-tied it up in here as well. Tied it up in here a fair bit. The machines that I've put in the wall here are just machines I had in the AE system. Machines that we've been using. I actually want purpose for every single machine in my wall, with crafting recipes and all that associated with them, that the AE can auto-craft all this stuff. But I've had a change around in here. Had to move the disk drives because, well, I wanted it to look nice in here. And the disk drives have now gone up into the main AE system. Over there, you can see them, they're just in the corner there. So I can mess around with the disk drives and stuff in there. And generally, this is now 32 channels almost exactly. Not all operational yet. Some of the interfaces aren't actually being used, but it is 32 channels exactly. And then we've got a sub-network on this side and a sub-network on this side from P2P tunnels, so that we've got another 32 channels available down this side and 32 available down this side as well. All looking good. But for today's episode, we want to make that automatic wither thing. So I'm going to be getting some bits and pieces together, including these auto placers. Auto placers. Do I need to type it in properly? I guess I need to type it in properly. Auto placer. There we go. It's the only thing. Actually Additions has got this auto placer. Get some lapis, throw it in front of one of those zappers. Make a basic coil, no problem. And we're going to need, well, I'm guessing we're going to need 1 for each part of the wither boss, really. And so we're going to need heads as well. So that means I need 2 more of those. Yeah, 2 more of those. Right. Just so like that. So that's going to place the 4 soul sand and the heads. And then we need some stuff to do redstone trickery and pulses and things like that to make sure it's all checked out properly. But one of the things that we want to do is make sure that before we place the heads, because the heads aren't going to place, before we place the heads, we want to make sure that the soul sands are all there. Because the wither boss will only form once the soul sand's there. And I've heard of a little trick that we can use to make that work. It's called a scanner. And this scanner block from Extra Utilities 2 scans for a block type and emits a redstone signal once it finds that block type is there. So, i.e. in this case, soul sand. So when soul sand's placed in the right position, we'll assume that the other locations are also placed, and this will output a redstone signal, small delay, and then the heads will get placed, and that should be the auto placer. I don't think I've got everything I need for this straight away, no. So we'll make a quick dropper and make one of those. That's a scanner to scan the one side of this soul sand, yeah. And then there's one more thing that I'm going to need as well. It's going to be a clock or a timer. Now the Extra Utilities 2 redstone clock is good, but it's a straightforward clock. This cyclic redstone clock has more controls on it, more things that you can do with it. So we're going to mess around with that one and change that around a little bit. So as the redstone comes out to that, that goes onto that, and then we're going to hit those and do some stuff with that. So I need some redstone cables, so redstone conducts to transfer the redstone signal around, and we're going to need some item conducts in order to move through the same space, basically, into these ones, so that they all kind of trigger at the same time. Now, we've done quite a bit on the furnace side of things over here. Furnace. I've moved all of the bits and pieces into the main AE system now, so we should be good to go with that. So the ultimate furnace, no, that's a dark matter furnace. The ultimate furnace requires 1 nether star, 4 wither skulls, and these blocks of supremium, 4 blocks of supremium, and a supremium furnace. So in order to get all the way through, I had to make all the furnaces. So I've got a supremium furnace in there somewhere. I just need that nether star. So I'm going to go back down and get the nether star and make that. In fact, if I take all of this and put it into my inventory, I'm now got it set up on a wireless inventory. So E, like normally would open my inventory up, but instead now it opens up my wireless terminal. And as you can see, the wireless terminal is sitting in a bauble slot. So this is just a hotkey. So now instead of opening my inventory, I open my wireless terminal without having to carry it in my inventory all the time, which is quite nice. I like that bit. So anyway, downstairs, back to the Wither Slayer. So we're figuring things out over here now. I'm not sure how it's going to work. I think this is going to need to be always active, extracting on green. And then I've set all of those to place, or I've set all of those to, yeah, here we go. Set all of these to insert on it, right? Now, the problem is that the insert on green is going to mean that everything gets put into this one first. So I need to kind of round robin, don't I? So I've got to change this input here to round robin, which is there. Round robin enabled, right? And then it should start activating already. Like, it's automatically placing everything in here. So as soon as it gets it in there, it's placing it. So that's exactly what we want, right? So it's always going to have this in here. And then I need to kind of like control when it gets the wither heads. So we'll take these out of here. Let's get a chest, right? And we want to put that chest so that I can put wither heads in when I'm ready, and it will just take the wither heads out and put them in. So we'll extract this on, should we do it on red? Let's do it on brown. We'll extract it on brown, okay? We'll put it never active at the minute. We will disable it for now. Or do we do it with the redstone signal, actually? Let's do it with active wither signal, right? And then if I get myself, not a redstone torch, but a lever, then I should be able to control it, wouldn't I? Yeah? And I can turn the whole thing off. So that's on and off. So then we're going to come around here and we're going to set these to pulse so that they will receive a pulse and put the heads out and onto the place that we want them. So we're going to need to set these up, and they're going to be inserting on brown. No extract. Inserting on brown. No extract. And again on there. Inserting on brown. No extract. Okay, so then when I give this a signal, such as a redstone signal, it should take that one skull and put it somewhere and place it. Well, it's there. We're going to have the problem just for a second there that I've got the round robin of soul sand going. But it went in there anyway. It went in there. So when it receives a pulse is when it wants it. These ones are just deactivation at the minute. So at the minute they will just place a block in front of them, which is what we want. These ones require a redstone pulse. Now we can change that to deactivation or pulse, right? So it's either always does it or it only does it when he receives a redstone signal. And we want it to be only when we receive a redstone signal. Now he's going to have his head on back to front. He's always going to have his head back to front. Not that I care, but it's kind of always like that now. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just put one in. Alright, I think I've got this wired up right now. So, the block detector detects the current block of soul sand and will output a redstone signal. That redstone signal gets carried into the redstone clock. the redstone clock will then output on all sides, but this side being the important one, it will output a redstone signal of red. It will output a red redstone signal. This one, it's inserting from the black channel, which is the schools from over there. And then it is going to, on the redstone, output a redstone strong signal. Or a red strong signal. Output a red strong signal. And this is output a red strong signal. Right, so that makes it output a signal to the pulse of this, which should then, so long as we've got heads in the system, should set them all up. Now, I know I'm safe out here from the Wither Boss in there. The Wither Boss can't get me. He can't get out of this reinforced glass where we're surrounded by bedrock and reinforced everything, and this thing should take care of him. What I don't know is if the stuff inside is going to be susceptible to being blown up. Now, I'm pretty sure on servers, you do get the opportunity, actually I need to do it through a normal thing, servers on opportunity to claim the chunks. And when you're in a claimed chunk, that can prevent mobs from doing damage. So that might be the reason I'm doing it this way here. Now, there are other methods of doing this, and summoning them outside of the box and then putting them into the box is a little bit more complicated. And this way should work. In theory, this way should work. So I'm going to put the first 2 in there. Right, and that should then place 2 heads. 1, 2. 2 heads. 2 heads are better than 1. Has that got it? Oh, it's gone into there, isn't it? Okay, so the round robin side of things didn't work for me. Did I set it to round robin? I didn't set it to round robin. Okay, so let's put that 1 back in there. And hope that it didn't go into there. It did go into there because round robins started again. So if we put that in there, that should then pulse that. Okay, so there we go. So now, if I put another one in here, well, let's say another 3. If I put 3 in there, it should try and place 3 heads on a round robin. Please, please do. I did say it round robin. Yeah, round robin. Active with a signal. That's on. So it should be active. It's moved them. It's moved them, but they've all gone somewhere else. Not that one. All 3 have gone into there. Well, exciting stuff here. Let's just put that there and see if it blows up. Let's just see if it blows up for a start, right? So already it's trying to blow up stuff, or it can't place the last soul sand. Boom. Yes. So it doesn't blow any of the bits up. That's good. So I can set something up to collect all the bits now. The round robin side of things is really annoying though, isn't it? Because I was expecting it to round robin there, but it's not. It's not seemingly doing so. So we may need to do something else with that. But we're going to need some sort of hopper system, vacuum hopper, to pull all this stuff out in the first place though. We'll just take one of those from that mod there, and we'll stick that here. Hopefully that'll be enough of a distance. Should be coming out this way, yeah. And then put that into there. And this stuff, let's put that in there. Let's put that in there. Let's put that in there, yeah. So all that stuff should then come into here once we've set it up. So let's do one final test. So I'm just going to put, let's put 8 wither heads in there. And see if we can make it work. So it should, it's starting to place heads. But is it round robin properly though? Is it doing the proper round robin? Or is it placing them in the wrong places? Because it feels to me like that middle one didn't get one then. That got 3. That got 3. And there was 2 already. So it kind of needs to understand that a round robin is actually round robining. And let's just go. Let's just see if it can figure it out if you put throw a loads in. Just throw a load in. Oh, it's going down to the bottom places as well. That's no good. That's broken. We're going to have to fix that now. So, yeah, that's that done. Let's take that out. Oh, they're all gone. They're all in. So, did it suck everything up? No, it did not. So that is not strong enough to pull the drops out. That's a shame. And how is that being placed? Oh my days, it's not as easy as I thought it would be. I thought this would be super simple. 18 in there, 14 in there, 18 in there. Let's take that one. It will create a soul sand. Take that one. It will create a soul sand. I'm now stuck in here during the middle of the explosion. Not good. It's done it again. It's placed them lower down. Okay. So it's just not functioning quite right yet. I'm going to need to spend some more time messing with it. Well, anyway, at least I've got something semi-automatic down there now, and that is creating me nether stars. So I've now up to 14 nether stars, which is excellent. So nether stars, good. What are the things I wanted to make with nether stars? I wanted to make a repair kit. That was the first one thing. Now a repair kit takes nether stars and gas tiers. Gas tiers we got earlier, of course. Hardened stone is this in a furnace, apparently. So let's get that in a furnace sorted out. Let's just cook that up quickly. There we go. The other thing for the quest is the ultimate furnace, and now I can create the ultimate furnace. We had some blocks of solarium, supremium essence, and some wither schools, of course, the nether star and supremium furnace, which of course was the previous tier wrapped around, the previous tier wrapped around, and so on and so on and so on. Easy enough to make once we got there. And the ultimate furnace completes the mystical agricultural setup. Excellent. And the reward better be a a forge lexicon is the reward. Excellent. Fantastic. This ultimate furnace is really super fast. So it's worth working your way to that fairly swiftly, I think. Let's just take it for example, right? So let's put some coal in there. One stack. Ding, 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 ding. Wow. How fast is that? That is epic. So that's the ultimate furnace for you. Pretty fast, pretty epic, and I think I'm going to be replacing, not necessarily this redstone furnace. It's pretty fast on its own, but I will be replacing one thing up there probably with one of these, with a crafting recipe and all that. The only problem with this is you have to input the top, fuel from the side, and output the bottom. Whereas this one, I can input and output from above it. So this is my secondary choice. Maybe I'll put it into some build somewhere down the line, but it can go away for now. If anything, I would have put it up there so I could access it from top and the bottom and the side all at once. But no worries, no worries. The other thing then, so that's like chickens done, cows done, and mystical agriculture are done. We're now moving on to the Draconium Project E, Extreme Crafting, and Thorncraft. These last couple we'll get round to, no problem. But one thing I wanted to do as well was to create things like this repair kit. This redstone ingot, I don't know what this redstone ingot is all about. Let's check that out. Redstone ingot is redstone and pyrotheum dust together. Okay, well, there's a redstone ingot. Have it. And then this is supposed to repair items in the player's inventory, which stores 1 durability every X seconds. So, are we improving this? Yes, we are. And this? Yes, we are. So it's improving all of the items, it's repairing items in my inventory as we go. Excellent. Tiny progressions. I don't know if I can put it in a bauble slot. Doesn't look like I can put it in a bauble slot, but I can put it in my inventory, and therefore everything just generally repairs. All my armor's repaired already. My tools will start repairing. So that's great. I like that. That's a good one. So we can get rid of that now. That was excellent. That was excellent. We're going to make armor and go and fight the bosses in the next episode. I believe that's the plan. And I don't need those two. So yeah, we're going to be going through all of these bits and pieces in this top corner in the next episode. But that, I am afraid, is that for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. If you've got any ideas for how we can fix that auto wither, because in theory, in principle, it's working. I think I possibly just need to place the blocks from above the heads. So place the heads down from above rather than from the back. Maybe that'll be a thing. And also, I think I need to delay the entire placing process until after the first wither's been removed. I think maybe a mob fan could blow him out of the way, even, to get rid of him. I'm going to figure something out and mess around with it. And if you've got any ideas, please leave them down below in the comments. Thank you for everything. Leave a likes and subscribes and go to the Patreon and all that kind of stuff. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.